So good morning, students. Welcome to today's session on SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. This is the last topic related to infrastructure management of computer networks. Right, moving on to SNMP. SNMP actually, it's a protocol just to manage. Sometimes you need to switch on the router, you need to switch on the server, you need to increase the server, you need to decrease the server, you have to change a multi-way multi-layer switch, etc, etc, etc. For all those things, manually doing is quite difficult today. I think most of the organizations, they are going for automation system. So instead of going to a manual system, we can certainly have an automation system. So during automation system, what happens? We can easily manage. We can easily manage the entire network management. So that is software controlled. We can do it. So how exactly people are doing? So tomorrow, when you become network engineers, network administrators, so obviously these pictures will come into picture. These concepts will definitely help you to understand a lot of things. Let us see point by point. First point, what do we have to understand about one? So in the examination, if they ask about write a short notes on SNMP, so you have to certainly write, it's a simple network protocol. It's an application layer protocol. Remember, SNMP is also an application layer protocol that is mainly used to manage and monitor networking devices and their functions. How exactly network devices are performing? How exactly network, whether it is working fine or not, they can check in their laptop itself. See here, you have an administrator. Look at here in this picture. You have an administrator. What administrator is doing? Administrator is checking in her laptop. Okay, in her laptop, she is checking that whether the entire network, all the devices are working fine or not. She is just checking. You can see, I think if you go to any network engineer administrators, so they will also have a similar kind of software management. So wherein they will certainly check whether all the nodes are working fine or not, all the servers are working fine or not, all the routers are exactly functioning clearly, correctly or not. So they will check in the software itself, in the console, in the tool itself, software tool itself. That is with the help of this SNMP. It is with the help of SNMP tool. So that is what you have to understand. Moving further, okay, second point. What the second point talks about? The second point talks about the SNMP provides a common language. It provides a common language for network devices to relay management information. So the information that are required, so for managing the entire network within a single or multi-vendor environment. Multi-vendor in the sense, the sometimes what happens if you are working on a Cisco organization, you work on a Cisco company, Cisco will manufacture routers, switches, bridges, so many networking devices. And you don't want to take those devices, but you want to hire their devices. So when you hire their devices, so what happens? Certainly, when you hire their devices, so the responsibility is there with the Cisco people. So they have to monitor their devices, whether their devices are working fine or not. If it is not working, they have to correct it. So how to check? They cannot come every day to the client place and do check necessary changes. So sitting in their office, they'll check, in the computer, in the laptop itself through software. So whether all these devices are working fine or not. So that is with the help of this SNMP protocol, the help of this SNMP protocol that we are talking about. Further, the most recent iteration of SNMP is version 3. So third version is the highest version. So includes security enhancements that authenticate, encrypt SNMP messages as well as packet during transmission. So even simple network management protocol also transmits data. So this data is again, they want to make it more secure, because hackers will hack routers directly. So when you hack the routers, routers will not work. So totally the entire network setup is goes down. So that is also a great problem for network administrators. So that's why the messages what they send for management issues, managing the network is highly secure. The next fifth point is SNMP supports an extensive range of hardware. Okay, not only the devices, lot of hardware, and SNMP today we are using it in the Internet of Things. The great projects, lot of projects have been used. So from conventional network equipment likes routers, switches, wireless access points, printers, scanners, even it is being used in IoT devices. So when you connect devices, so IoT device, a robot wheel is connected. Your car is connected to your network. So car is also how car is performing. So that also you can do it. Bluetooth, so many devices are there. Medical instruments, so many medical instruments. Each instrument, whether it is really working fine or not. Is there any problem with the, especially you might have seen the printers. I think if you are using a printer, what is the level of ink that you have, whether printer is working properly, the tray is working properly, whether the paper is present or not. So everything is being judged. So what about the ink? What about the coloring? What about the paper? What about the speed? What about the darkness? What about the DPI? What about the speed of printing? All these things you can control using a software. The similar software you can also control the network. Suppose if you want to increase the network bandwidth, you can decrease the bandwidth, network bandwidth. You can do it here itself. So I have have experienced when I was using ACT internet. Sometimes I happen to upgrade from lower this one to higher. So if I just higher bandwidth, if I just call to the customer care and I want higher bandwidth. So immediately they used to tune through software, and I used to get automatically higher bandwidth. So that is possible. Bandwidth they can control, connectivity they can check, a lot of things. Certainly, that's a fantastic thing that you can do it. And of course, in addition to hardware, SNMP can be used to monitor services such as DHCP, Dynamic Host Service, host configuration protocol, software agents on these devices and services communicate with the network management system, NMS, so which is a part of SNMP, also referred as SNMP manager, SNMP to relay status information and configuration changes. So mainly for network configuration, network administration, this SNMP protocol is being used. The components, there are 4 components in this. The first one, we call it as agent, SNMP agent. This is actually a program on the hardware, service being monitored, collected about data about various metrics about the bandwidth, their disk space, their performance. When they queued up in SNMP manager, the agent sends an information back to the management system, and an agent may also proactively notify errors if any. And the second one is SNMP managed devices and resources. These are the nodes on which the agents run. Agents nothing but the components, the programs run. And SNMP manager, it's also called as a network management system. This is a software platform performs as a centralized console which agents feeds the information, and it will actively request agents, sends updates via SNMP at regular interval of times. And last one is management base information base. Manage MIB, we call it as MIB. So that it's a database, text file that is that itemized and describes all the objects used by a particular device that can be controlled, queried using SNMP. This database must be loaded onto network management system so that it can identify and monitor the status of these properties. Each MIB item is assigned an object identifier, OID. Certainly we can do it. And how exactly SNMP works? The very first point, SNMP performs a multitude of functions relying on a blend of push and pull communication between network devices and management systems. It can issue read-write commands such as resetting password, changing the configuration, setting, and it can report back how much bandwidth, CPU, memory usage with some SNMP managed per automatically sending administrative or emails or text messages alerts if predicted threshold is extended. And remember one very important thing. So if you are having a Wi-Fi connection at your home, so you can certainly set the password, you can change the password, you can manage how many people can join, how many people can use bandwidth, you can limit the bandwidth, you can enhance the bandwidth. So all these things you can do it at home. So that is based on this SNMP protocol itself. And in most cases, SNMP function is a synchronous model. So it is a TCP, and with the communication initiated by SNMP manager and agent sending the response. These commands, messages typically transported over datagram protocol. In sometimes it is also used with the transmission control protocol, TCP/IP, and these are managed by protocol data units. Some of the commands that generally we use in SNMP are listed here. Get command. What is this get command will do? Get command is generated by SNMP manager and send to agent to obtain the value of variables identifier by object identification data in MIB. So that is management information base. Response is nothing but it's a information sent by the agent to the SNMP manager issued in reply to get request. So contain values of the requested variables. So whenever you ask for what is the username and password, automatically the values what you get is username and password. So it is just like get next is sent by SNMP manager to the agents. Agents are nothing but the devices to retrieve the values on their next OID. So in the object database. So what is the next field? What is the next field that you have? The first field is username, second field is password. So after reading the username, if you say get next, automatically it will go to the next. After that, if you say get next, time of login, next, get next, the user ID. So it's just like get bulk means get everything. So sent by the SNMP manager to get or to obtain all the information in the table that is performing multiple get next command. Set command, this is to set the value to particular value to configuration. It is sent by SNMP manager to the agent to issue configuration and commands to set. Finally, trap command. Trap command is an alert. Certainly, it will send an alert. So saying, okay, you are exceeding your warning messages. Suppose if you want to send warning messages across the network, so you can use trap command. Synchronous alert sent by the agent to the SNMP manager to indicate the significant event, such as error, failure, or any warnings, suppose if you want to send. So these are some of the commands, and SNMP is one of the management protocol that certainly used. So I think that's all for today's class. In the next class, we'll start revising. Probably, tomorrow we have lab sessions. I have already announced yesterday. So 4 or 5 students, please get ready with your programs. You need to execute. Okay? Execute these programs. So thanks for attending today's class. Okay, we will, share this recorded video in this, website. Also, study material I have already shared in this particular, link. So happy learning. Now I have completed the entire syllabus. Now during the revision, I'll be revising the concepts. Meanwhile, I'll be asking questions. I'll be giving some assignments. I'll be asking students to explain the concepts. So get ready. So whomever I assign, so you should work it out. So I think the study material what I have sent is all PDF. So you can download the PDF, get printed, and start studying. So prepare well. Okay. So don't tell any reasons not installed, all those things. So if any seriously, if you want me to help, so please come to college or just ping me out through WhatsApp, and if I am available, I'll just definitely help you out. That's all for today's class. I'm signing off. Have a wonderful day. Okay, let us meet tomorrow with new concepts. Thank you.